Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watcher of Realms. For the first time ever, I've been given permission to discuss the Assassin's Creed collaboration heroes leaks that are out there. That includes skills, awakenings, cost, all that good stuff. We're gonna be talking about that today. I've also taken liberty of putting up a better presentation for you guys to be able to see it. And there's also going to be a promo code today for like 400 diamonds, I believe, and 2 huge stamina pots. It's a very good promo code. But anyways, without further ado, let's dig in. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put this onto the website right here. Assassin's Creed leaked heroes. Now, I want to clarify very strongly. I want to tell you that these are not official releases of the heroes kits and everything that is known about them at this time. This can all change. There's still a bit of time before these heroes are released, tested, and put on the test servers. You're going to see test videos and all that stuff. Not even on the test servers yet. Just keep and bear that in mind. Take it with a grain of salt. But it should be pretty close. It should be within the realm of accuracy, but not 100%. All right, also, there's gonna be a promo code. If you ever want promo codes, you can join the Discord. I at everyone every single time there's a promo code. Keep up with it the best that I can. I also put them here right on the website, promo code. This promo code is gonna be, it's 300 diamonds, a realm in MLA. It has to do with the collaboration with Moonton's, one of Moonton's other games. Diamonds is 300, huge stamina potion is ×2. We're gonna get that. And as far as the redemption limit, I'm not sure. And the exact date when it's gonna be cut off, I'm also not sure. I just put a few days on there, I think like 4 or 5 days, and then it will stop showing up on the website. But make sure you get that promo code in, get those free diamonds. It's a pretty decent one. All right, so on to the collaboration heroes. Assassin's Creed, everybody has been curious. I spent a lot of time setting this up, making it look pretty for you guys. So when we view it on here, you can actually go to the website and see it yourself as well. If you just want to read through it. Otherwise, I'm going to be going over it with you right now. Basically kind of talking through what is all going on here. All right, the first hero, Ezio Auditore. Whether or not that's going to be his actual name or not, the same thing with all these heroes. Are they going to just have Ezio? Is it going to be Ezio? Eivor. I actually don't know how to pronounce some of these names. I'm not a big Assassin's Creed player. I did play the one with Bayek. I think that's Origins. And I played it like halfway through and then just got busy with life and started doing something else. I played some of the old Assassin's Creed games like Assassin's Creed 2, or Assassin's Creed 1. And I remember them being pretty amazing. And I tried to get back into it later in life, and it was just too much for me to take in all at once, I think. And just got busy with other stuff. Anyway, Ezio, Master Assassin, Precision Execution. He is going to be a tactician. So he's going to be able to move around like most of the other tacticians that you see. You see him moving from place to place. Factions are going to be Supreme Arbiters and Watchguard. Rarity, obviously, he's going to be a legendary. He's going to cost 18 to place him down on the field. He's going to have a 2.6 attack interval. That's going to be at the base. You should be able to get him to a good 1.5 with gear on. And overview, you can see his range right here. It's just basically like right in front of him. It's a bit weird. I'm assuming there might be some different kind of extension built within his kit. It's hard to say right now. Again, like I said, we're working on basically like on leaks here. So talent, every 12 seconds enters the lethal instinct state. When Assassinate kills an enemy, triggers a kill streak once and immediately launches Assassinate on one other enemy in range. Trigger interval is every 10 seconds. All right. Skills. First skill is going to be the physical attack. It's going to do up to 120% damage to one enemy target. Then we have Blade of Firenze. Each time the hero casts the ultimate or Assassinate, gains 1 stack of Creed. When Creed reaches full stacks, the next Assassinate consumes all stacks and increases the hero's attack by up to 20% for 10 seconds. Alright, we have another passive here, Hidden Blade. When launching Assassinate during the ultimate, immediately triggers 1 extra Assassinate. Now, trigger interval is as low as every 8 seconds. Arena damage is going to be increased by 15%. We also have the ultimate. I'm going to scroll down a little bit for that. All right. Can choose and move up to an unoccupied ground tile within 4 tiles. Then deals up to 800% damage that ignores defense to the enemy with the lowest HP percentage in the range. Executes a non-elite, non-boss enemy below 40% HP. For the next 10 to 15 seconds, attacks have a 30% chance to become assassinate. Assassinate, just deleting them, essentially. Awakenings. That seems really strong, really fun. It should be interesting. Increases assassinate's damage multiplier by 100%. After entering lethal instinct, the next 2 attacks are guaranteed to become assassinate. This reads to me like that's going to be a very important key awakening. You're going to try to get at least an extra copy of him so you can get him to the A1, get that unlocked. It seems to be a very important one. Next awakening is going to be awaken level 2, attack plus 300. Awaken level 3 reduces the interval of entering lethal instinct to 6 seconds. Okay. Immediately enters lethal instinct upon activating the ultimate. That's going to be another big one as well. I think this one up here is probably going to be a little more important because you can guarantee the assassinate. It looks like a damage increase is going to happen though from having that awaken level 3. Awaken level 4 is penetration plus 8%. When the ultimate or assassinate kills a target, restores 20% max rage. So making him able to move around the map that much quicker if he's assassinating in the process. Every time he kills a target. That's the awaken level 5. Mechanics, just a few different things here. In the skills, it talks about lethal instinct, assassinate, and creed. This is a breakdown of, like, if you clicked on it in the game, that is what you would see when it pops up. Lethal instinct is going to gain 50% physical damage reduction and magic damage reduction, and restores 5% max HP and 2% max rage per second. Upon taking damage, removes this state and counterattacks the target with assassinate if the target is within ultimate range. Alright, now the second one is going to be assassinate. Alright, so now we're going to know what assassinate actually does. Deals 400% damage once that ignores defense to the enemy with lowest HP percentage in range. Then executes the target if it is a non-elite, non-boss enemy below 40% HP. Creed increases assassinate damage by up to 10%, stacking up to 5 times. So that is going to be it for Ezio. This is generally, they're going to generally look just like they do in the original series, original games. Obviously a little bit enhanced. Some of the games are older. The games have some older graphics, but there's plenty of art out there that you can see what these heroes are going to look like just based on their names. Let's move on to Eivor. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize to you Assassin's Creed fans. I'm not familiar with the hero. All right, next one. Eivor. Looks like a dual axes on there. It's pretty cool. I'm not sure if that's going to be that way in the game. This is just concept art. All right, so over to the overview. She's going to be a fighter, Watchguard, North Throne hero. Legendary cost is going to be 17, a 2.6 second attack interval. Obviously, again, really get that down to 1.5. She's the Relentless Raider, and she has team protection. Talent, immune to stun. Okay. Upon killing an enemy target, gains 1 stack of Bloody Bounty. When gaining Bloody Bounty, has a 20% chance to grant a shield equal to 20% of Eivor's attack to Eivor and all adjacent allied heroes for 10 seconds. A 20% shield of her attack. 20% chance to grant a shield equal to 20% of her attack to her and adjacent allies for 10 seconds. Oh, that could be, it's going to be like a smaller shield. Nothing too crazy, but still nice to have. Shield strength from this effect is double. Okay, so the shield strength is also double. That's interesting. Skills. Physical attack deals up to 120% damage to one enemy. Pretty basic. That's supposed to be basic. Each basic attack are bestial fury. Each basic attack reduces a subsequent base attack interval by 1 to 2% and provides a 1 to 2% damage reduction, stacking up to 12 times and lasting for 10 seconds. at full stacks gains 1 blood bounty for every 2 basic attacks. So you have to build up blood bounty. Interesting. All right, on to the next passive is Axe Tempest. And it looks like this is something that wasn't included in the leaks. Just gonna have to wait and see and find out what happens with that one. All right, Odin's Wrath is the ultimate and it's manual. It's gonna last for 20 seconds. Initial rage is 500. Max rage is 8 to 700. For some reason it says range. It's weird. While active, all attacks ignore up to 60% of the target's defense. It's a pretty good defense ignore. And Eivor restores 4 to 6% max HP whenever a basic attack deals damage. Alright, so it looks like another single target hero as far as I can tell. I wish we could see that Axe Tempest and look a little more into that. It looks like we're kind of stuck with what we have here. Awakenings. Awaken level 1. Bestial Fury upgraded. At full stacks, gains 1 blood bounty for every 1 basic attack. When the ultimate is activated, instantly gains full Bestial Fury stacks. Alright, so she's able to get to those Fury stacks a lot faster with that A1. A2, attack plus 300, basic one. Same thing with the A4, is going to be penetration plus 8. It's kind of odd that they're going back to, so some of the heroes they've been releasing, Awaken level 4 has had much more details and depth, and much more effective, I guess, description and skills going on within the A4. But it seems like with these heroes, they're going back to like the typical penetration boost. But Awaken level 3, when Axe Tempest is triggered, has a 25% chance to simultaneously throw 2 axes instead. Okay. During the ultimate, this chance is increased to 40%. What was that range again? Like right in front of her, so she must have some kind of axe throwing ability. Maybe there's some more range in there as well. We'll have to wait and find out again. Awaken level 5 is during the ultimate restores an extra 5% max rage upon killing an enemy. Ooh. Up to 25% rage restored per ultimate. Alright, so you get an extra 25% boost to your rage if you're taking enemies out at the time. So yeah, that's a pretty big boost. It's gonna reduce it. You're gonna be that well, when we reduce it by 25%, you'll be there that much faster. And other rage building abilities in there. Alright, so on to the mechanics, Blood Bounty and Bestial Fury. Blood Bounty stacks up to 5 times. When the ultimate is not active, each additional stack gained after reaching 5 restores 8% max rage. When activating the ultimate, each stack increases yours final damage during the ultimate by 8%. By the way, if you guys know how to pronounce that, go ahead and spell that out for me in the comment section. Because I'm sure some of you guys know, and you know these heroes a lot better than I do from Assassin's Creed. So if you know how to pronounce that name, go ahead and spell that out in the comment section for me. I'll appreciate it. Bestial Fury, a ramping basic attack mechanic that accelerates Eivor's, maybe I'm saying it right, attacks and increases damage reduction as stacks build. Okay, so damage reduction is going to be built up, and it's going to accelerate her attacks as well when Bestial Fury goes. Just like a typical barbarian style thing going on. Pretty cool. Overall, it seems it's like a pretty exciting hero. Single target physical attack. I think that, yes, you get displacement, defense penetration, and this one has single target physical attack, defense penetration, offensive dispel. That's probably, I didn't see that in there. That's probably in that Axe Tempest because it does say offensive dispel, which would be really nice for APOC 2, APOC 1. Definitely team protection from the shields again. But all right, let's move on to Bayek. Bayek. This is the game that I did play, and I was loving the heck out of it. I was really enjoying it. Not gonna lie, I thought it was a lot of fun. Assassin's Creed, the thing about it is a lot of the games are just over and over repetitive. You know, you go into each one and it's just like every other one. It kind of reminds me of like Breath of the Wild. I think that's a lot of mechanics from Breath of the Wild, kind of borrowed from Assassin's Creed. You find the tower, you reveal the tower, you go find items, complete little quests within there. Assassin's Creed is a little bit more cinematic, though, I would say. But either way, well, they're all good games. Yeah, it's just a lot. All right, Bayek, Desert Hunter, Anti-Air Barrage. That's an interesting way of putting that. Marksman is going to be a marksman. Star Piercers and Nightmare Council. Obviously, the Nightmare Council marksman used to be a lot rarer. I think it could still use a bunch more good marksmen, especially if they have decent range, which this one does. He's going 4 tiles ahead of him at the tip, so that's pretty good. Alright, so AoE physical attack, so it's going to be an AoE marksman, and he is also star piercer, so he can have some more range even on that. Ally buff and anti-air. Obviously he's anti-air. His legendary cost is going to be 19, a 3.5 second attack interval. So a lot of the AoE marksmen have that 3.5 second attack interval. I think you get that typically down to like a 2.5, maybe a little bit lower. It really depends on how you want to build it. And all right, so let's move on over your talent. No separate talent text was included. So you're not going to see any talent as of right now. There is going to be a talent, I believe. And I don't want to be like spoiling anything, but and I'm not certain. But these heroes are most likely going to all have talent. So if it's not there, it's just missing. All right. Skills. Physical attack deals up to 120% AoE damage to up to 5 enemies in range. Prioritizes airborne units. That's a good thing. Burning Sands is the first passive. When explosive arrow hits a target, fires small explosive arrows at 3 extra enemy targets in range. Each small explosive arrow deals up to 30% AoE damage to 5 targets, or up to 40% AoE damage if the target is airborne. All right, interesting. You're gonna have different effects based on if it's hitting ground units or hitting air units. So interesting. Next passive is Guardian's Resolve. Increases damage against airborne units by up to 20%. Very good. For each target hit by explosive arrow, restores 0.5% rage, or up to 4.5% rage. These guys all seem to be restoring rage like crazy. I think that makes them a lot more fun, where you can activate their ultimates more often. Not a bad plan. All right, Volley of Death is the ultimate. It's going to last for 20 up to 25 seconds. Initial rage is 500, and the max rage is going to be 800. Okay. Immediately gains 4 explosive arrows and unleashes a barrage in range, dealing up to 300% AoE damage 2 times to 10 targets. During the skill, each explosive arrow fires twice in succession. The first 2 hits pull up to 5 enemies within 2 tiles. Oh my gosh. To the target and inflicts slow 50% for 5 seconds. Senu also marks 1 extra target. Not really sure what the Senu is. So it's gonna mark targets. It's gonna have a pull in, kind of like Pelagio. So it's actually really interesting how they've worded this. Can't wait to test these heroes out. It's gonna be a lot of fun to seeing what they can do. You can imagine if you're in the Pelagio's boss even, and being able to pull those heroes in. The difference is I don't see a lot of true damage coming out of this hero, and that kind of hurts him compared to Pelagio himself. But pulling enemies in like that, when you hit a group of Armada enemies, and then 2 of the explosive arrows sucks them in, and he continues to just beat on them, very awesome. I like that idea. All right, so on to the Awakenings. Upon killing a target, restores 5% rage. Again, rage restoration is pretty big in these heroes so far. If the target is airborne, also reloads 1 explosive arrow. I'm assuming he's probably has to reload these. This can trigger it once every 10 seconds. All right, so every 10 seconds you can get 5% rage if you're taking enemies out and hitting taking enemies out. If it's airborne target, you also get to reload an explosive arrow. Attack plus 300 is the A2. The A3 is triggering the execution effect of Mark of Senu. Causes the next explosive arrow to fire 1 extra small explosive arrow, which can also trigger the execution effect. Interesting. Gonna be executing. I didn't remember reading that over the skills. Let's see. I don't remember reading that over here in the skills. Nope, I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I didn't see anything about executing. But it looks like there's an execution effect that it works somehow. During the ultimate, increases penetration by 15%. Okay, very nice. That's a nice penetration boost. They're usually 8%. Obviously, like the last hero we just looked at, it's pretty typical. Penetration increased by 15% during an ultimate. Very welcome. A5, when deployed, it gains 5 extra explosive arrows for every 15 airborne units killed. Reloads 2 explosive arrows. Awesome. Gains the explosive arrows on deployment, and then Awaken 5, you get to start out with those 5 explosive arrows, and for every 15 airborne units you take out, he reloads 2 more. So just helps with reloading explosive arrows. Mechanics. The first one is explosive arrow, second one is Mark of Sinew. So that's basically, again, like the skills, you click on them and you can see more details on them within the skills. Deals 180% AoE damage to the target and nearby enemies. I apologize. Hitting up to 5 and inflicts 20% vulnerability for 5 seconds to physical damage. That's a big deal. Being able to put those vulnerabilities up there is awesome. Reloads 1 arrow every 12 seconds and stores up to 20. Awesome. You can have up to 20 arrows and reload every 12 seconds. Obviously, this is pretty rare to have them. It's kind of hard to get them earned. So all those awakenings and skills that are reloading your arrows for you are going to be pretty massive. No enemies are in range. The reload interval is reduced to 6 seconds. Oh boy. During the ultimate, reload speed is doubled and 1 extra arrow is reloaded each time. Awesome. I like that one. Mark of Sinew, the bearer takes 20% extra damage from Bayek if they're marked with Sinew. If the bearer is a common enemy and drops below 30% current HP after being hit by an explosive arrow, it is instantly killed. Prioritizes the airborne units. There's your execution that we were wondering about before. Alright, so we have one more hero to go over here. That is going to be Kassandra. Alright, so Spartan Mercenary. I actually didn't play this one. I think it looks pretty cool, and I wish I had time for this stuff. Multi-strike control. Shout out to Assassin's Creed. You guys make some crazy games, and a lot of them. It's a fighter, Supreme Arbiters, and Watch Guard. Legendary cost is going to be 19, 2.6 second attack interval. Again, you're going to be able to get down to that 1.5. Alright, so the overview. Talent. Oh, you can see the range here actually. 2 tiles ahead. It's going to be another fighter. Alright, so onto the talent. Gains 1 stack of Spartan Resolve for every 6 attacks and every 12 seconds. Every 10 down to 5 seconds, as low as 5 seconds, gains 1 Spartan Resolve and inflicts Mark of Ikaros for 10 seconds on up to 3 enemies within the ultimate range. Let's go look at that right away. Disables the bearer's invisibility for the duration. When the bearer dies, Kassandra gains 1 Spartan Resolve. Okay. Every 3 triggers, dispels 1 debuff from Kassandra and 1 allied hero in range. Gains 0.5% damage increase for every 1% rage regen. Interesting. That sounds pretty complicated, but I'm sure it won't be as bad as once we get her on the field and see how she's actually doing. The physical attack here is going to be the basic. Deals 120% physical damage to 1 enemy 1 time. The first passive is when an enemy within ultimate range receives Mark of Ikaros or has its duration refreshed. Kassandra deals 250% physical damage, inflicts a stun for 2 seconds, and a vulnerability to physical damage for 30% for 5 seconds. That's huge. And gains 1 Spartan Resolve. Trigger interval 15 to 10 seconds. Eagle's Quarry seems awesome. That is going to be extremely valuable to a lot of players. Mythic Misthios. Mythic Misthios, next passive. Each ultimate cast enhances Kassandra. After the first cast, each basic attack becomes 2 consecutive strikes and restores 5% max HP. A little bit of self-healing, that's always nice. After the second cast, killing an enemy grants up to 40% single target damage increase for 30 seconds, stacking up to 2 times. Holy cow. Interesting. She's going to be a delete button, I'm telling you. Increases damage in the arena by 15%. Makes sense that she has an arena boost. I think a lot of these heroes are probably going to be really useful in the arena, and just in general, they might have a play when it comes to single target arena, is what it seems like. Even a little bit of an AoE or anti-air as well. Leonidas's Wrath. is the ultimate here. It's gonna last for 2 seconds, requires 5 Spartan Resolve. So we have a different cost in the ultimate here besides just rage. You have to build up 5+ Spartan Resolve to activate your ultimate. That is interesting. It's a new mechanic I haven't seen before. What does it do? Consumes all Spartan Resolve and grants stun immunity during the ultimate. Cannot be stunned. What is stunning out the game in particular? Somebody go ahead and make a list of what's actually stunning you in the game right now, where you really need to have some kind of immunity to it. Or are we looking at something here in the future that's going to be coming out that's going to be causing a lot of stuns? Maybe I'm missing something here. Okay. Stun immunity during the ultimate. Add 5 stacks, marks up to 3 enemies, then launches up to 5 attacks at the enemy with the lowest max HP. Okay. The final attack ignores defense. At 10 stacks, doubles the ultimate damage multiplier and launches 1 extra attack. I think it's like a one-off hit. You get Spartan Resolve, 5 stacks of Spartan Resolve. You're gonna activate her ultimate. She's gonna just like beat the heck out of somebody just for like 2 seconds, and then it's gonna end. Then you gotta build up your Spartan Resolve again. All right, so on to the awakenings here. A1, the ultimate launches 2 extra attacks and ignores 30% of the target's defense. That's going to be huge. Obviously, the ultimate damage is going to be a lot where the damage comes from. Being able to ignore 30% of the target's defense and then launching 2 times those attacks, doubling your damage from your ultimates. That's going to be essential. This could be flipped around or weird, but it's weird. But they have A3 and A4 with attack plus 300 on each one of them. I'm not sure that's going to be accurate. Again, like I said, this is not official released information. Each time the ultimate is cast, returns 1 stack of Spartan Resolve. So you get an extra stack. I'm assuming this is going to be the A3. And it might be penetration plus 8% or something along those lines if I were to guess. Let's say attack plus 300. This A2 moved down to the A3. And this might be penetration, or it might be plus attack. Plus attack is awesome, by the way, just so you know. You add it to your base attack, and any percentage that you add onto your gear is going to go off of that base attack. So adding an extra 300, we'll take it. Down to the awakened for level 5, damage increase gained for every 1% in rage regen increases to 0.7%. So I think it's 0.5% originally, so you get extra 0.2% from that. Mechanics. Spartan Resolve. When gained, restores 10% max HP to Kassandra, stacking up to 10 times. Casting the ultimate consumes all stacks. Okay. Mark of Ikaros disables the bearer's invisibility for the duration. When the bearer dies, Kassandra gains 1 Spartan Resolve. And that's going to be it that we have for the heroes, guys. Which one are you most excited for? Let me know down in the comment section down below. If you want to see this yourself, you can head to the homepage here, go down to the featured articles, click on Assassin's Creed Leaked Heroes. It'll bring you right in there. And don't forget to register on prospector.gg if you appreciate the stuff that we do on the website and on the channel and on the Discord. I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't mind signing up to a premium membership. It's $4.99 a month. It helps us support the website. It takes all of the ads off the website for you, so you don't have to deal with ads. If we hit 100 members, I'm going to remove ads for everyone. So it's kind of like a team thing. It also gives you access to takeovers. It gives you access to the quick builds tool, which is really cool. You can basically just go in there and select a hero like Gushi and go to end game or late game, and the builds will just pop up immediately for you, giving you quick access, not having to go through the hero guide section. And you also have all this information, including variants and exclusive gear and all that good stuff. And don't forget, we also have the boss stats tool. If you'd like to nerd out and you want to see some of these heroes or enemies stats, this is old information, been around for a while. You could find it from, I think it was from Mobucket had some of this information as well on his website. But it's been around for a while, so you can go ahead and see some of these bosses stats. Kind of just the nerd out. Really, you don't really need to know too much besides the defense or the magic resistance of whatever enemy you're going up against. Everything else is kind of, doesn't really matter, but it is cool to see what they have here. There's also attack speed calculator, guys. Go ahead and select your hero, Kanan. You don't have to select an interval. That's if you want to just go for an interval only. It's going to pull up his base interval at 2.6 base attack speed, And you're going to be able to right there see, as you increase your attack speed in your gear, you're going to see the actual hidden attack interval, which you can only see down to like a 1.2, 1.3. Now you're going to be able to see a 1.9760, how much attack you actually have, or attack speed you actually have, which is very cool. And it also is going to go red on you when you start getting really bad diminishing returns. These are all premium tools for you guys amongst all the other free stuff on the website. Appreciate if you check it out. If you decide to go ahead and become a premium member, I also appreciate that tenfold. Anyways, I've been the Prospector. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.